Project management is the process of leading a team's work to achieve all project goals, within the time constraints set. The goal of project management is to complete a project that meets the requirements of the client. In many cases, the goal of project management is also to shape or reform the client's brief in order to address the client's objectives in a feasible manner. Once the client's goals are clear, they should influence all decisions made by others involved in the project. Today, many organizations use project management to focus on priorities and overcome problems, boosting the chance of success. However, there is a two-way gain here. Project management benefits not only the organization and the business end, but also the customers, who are involved from start to finish. Hey guys! Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Eric from Invensis Learning. If you are not subscribed to our channel yet, do subscribe and click on the bell icon for regular updates. Today in this tutorial, we are going to discuss project management plan. After watching this tutorial, you will be able to plan the project by following the industry standards. So without any delay, let's get started. In today's session, we will start with our agenda, so the first and foremost topic is the introduction of project management, then followed by the basic question, what is a project? Then we will jump into our second topic of what is project management. Post that, we will start with the introduction of project management plan, and then we will understand the need of project management plan. After that, we will see components of project management plan, and finally we will conclude the session with the outputs of project planning. Sounds interesting, right? So let's get started. Projects are being worked on everywhere you look. Whether you are hiring a new employee, or building the world's tallest skyscraper, every project needs a manager, to assure its success, someone who keeps an eye on every detail at every stage, from inception to completion. So, in general, project management is concerned with getting things done. And it's all about understanding what you want to achieve, and how long it will take to complete the work. It's all about making sure everyone involved shares and understands those goals before the first steps are taken, and they continue through the end of the project, whatever it is. Because successful projects are more than just a long list of tasks to be completed, they are masterpieces of planning, management, organization, and communication. A precisely orchestrated sequence of events, in which progress is smooth and steady, one step leads easily to the next, and every possible stumbling block has been addressed and tallied, and the successful project necessitates having the necessary skills and knowledge, at its heart working together. A well-managed, motivated team with defined roles and responsibilities and reporting lines, will see a project through to completion without compromising schedule, cost, or quality. Project management is an amazing thing. However, it is easy to overlook how the world may appear without it, because the best project management is essentially invisible, as it is the absence of issues and the prevention of failure. But there is an unsung hero behind every successful project, whether it is altering the way a company works or planning a major event. The project manager, who kept everything and everyone on track to guarantee that the desired result was delivered. So today in this session we will go through the project management plan, which helps to deliver the product. A project is any solo or group activity, sometimes involving research or design, that is carefully planned by a project team, but frequently by a project manager, to attain a specific goal. A project could be a temporary work system staffed by teams to do certain tasks under time limits. When confronted with a problem, a need, a desire, or a cause of discomfort, a project is a specific and coordinated effort driven by a perceived opportunity. It aims to provide a one-of-a-kind and innovative output, such as a product, service, method, or, in some situations, scientific study. Each project has a start and an end date. It is developed along the 4 P's of project management: plan, processes, people, and power. Till now, we have seen the definition of project, so let us start with our second question: what is project management? As a project can be any piece of work that needs to be accomplished within the time frame, here project management is simple. The handling of the tasks is known as project management. The project management can be a science and an art of accomplishing goals, completing the tasks on time scope, and within budget. Project management is carried out by the application of methods and tactics, skills, leadership, and everything you've got, making sure you're focused. Project management includes scope management, risk management, schedule management, budgeting, and the art of communicating and leadership. Thus we got the definition of project management. Now, let us try to understand from your perspective what project management is. Answer your ideas on project management in the comments section. so that our experts respond to you on your ideas. Okay then, we will start with the topic of project management plan. So let us start with the first question, that is, what is a project management plan? A project management plan is a formal document that outlines the steps that will be taken to complete a project. It defines a project's scope, objectives, budget, time frame, and deliverables, and it's crucial for keeping it on track. During the project planning stage of the project life cycle, you write a project plan, which must be accepted by stakeholders, before a project can move on to the execution stage. There is a misconception that project management plan is all about the Gantt chart, or schedule for the project, but that is not all about project management plan. So let us start with the need of project management plan. Have you ever been a part of a project that doesn't go as planned? Like extending the timeline and exceeding the budget, that doesn't feel good. And not only the project, but also the tasks given to you are extended, and this feels very frustrating for everyone involved. That's why it is important to create a comprehensive plan that helps you to finish the project without any obstacles. A good plan will lead to the project completion within the time by overcoming all obstacles. So, it is necessary to have a project management plan before the project gets off the ground. Let us start with the definition of project management plan by PMBOK. The project management plan is defined as the document that describes how the project will be executed, monitored, and controlled. The production of a comprehensive document that describes the basis of all project work and how the work will be executed is a fundamental benefit of this process. This process can be carried out only once or at predetermined intervals during the project. The project management plan might be either a high-level overview or a detailed strategy. Each component plan is defined to the extent that the project requires. The project management plan should be flexible enough to adapt to changing project conditions. As the project evolves, this agility may result in more accurate information. Projects that are part of the program or portfolio should produce a project management plan that is in line with the program's or portfolio's management strategy. For example, if the program management plan specifies that all modifications costing more than a certain amount must be evaluated by the Change Control Board, the project management plan must include this process and cost threshold. This is all about the definition and need for the project management plan. We will now see how to develop a management plan and the required components. For developing a project management plan, the major components are inputs, tools, and techniques, and the outputs. We will start with the inputs that are required to design a project management plan. Those are project chatter, outputs from another process, enterprise and environmental factors, organizational process assets. So we will start with the project chatter. The project charter serves as the beginning point for the project team's initial project planning. The type and amount of information in the project charter vary based on the project's complexity and the information available at the time of its development. At the very least, the project charter should outline the high-level project information that will be developed in the various reports. Project charter in project management is simply a document that formally authorizes the existence of an ongoing project with a clear concise of its goals. Now, we will start with the benefits of project charter. The benefits of the project charter are: formal approval to commence the project, appoints a project manager, creates a common goal, identifies high-level objectives of the project, defines the outcome and deliverables of the project, maintains budget and resources for the project. Key stakeholders are aware of the project, serves as the point of reference for the team. Then followed by the outputs from other sources, where this procedure takes as inputs subsidiary plans and baselines generated by other planning processes. Furthermore, changes to these papers may need revisions to the project management plan. Post that, we have the enterprise and environmental factors that need to be considered, as these can influence the project plan process. These factors are included and limited to government or industry standards, which include the product, quality, and safety standards, legal and regulatory requirements and constraints, project management body of knowledge for vertical market, organizational structure, culture, management practices, and sustainability, organizational governance framework, and infrastructure. Then we have the final input to develop a project plan, and that is organizational process assets. This inputs define the assets that the organization has, and also included with the company regular policies such as organizational standard policies, Project Management Plan Template. Control procedures. Monitoring and reporting methods, risk control, and communication requirements. And also, the project information from previous projects, and history of issues faced, and learned lessons as the inputs, to define a project management plan. To develop a project management plan, these are the necessary inputs, but how to build it with these inputs? Now, let us start with the tools and techniques that are used in project management plan. Tools and techniques. Here, we have several tools and techniques. Those are helpful, so let us explore them. These are the popular tools and techniques that are used. Expert judgment, data gathering, interpersonal and team skills, meetings. Starting with the expert judgment, expertise should be considered from individuals or groups with specialized knowledge, and the judgment includes the below key concepts, such as adapting to the project management process to match the needs of the project, including the dependencies and interactions between those processes, as well as the critical inputs and outputs, creating extra components of project management plan, if needed, choosing the instruments and techniques to be used to carry out such processes, creating technical and management specifics for the project management plan, determining the resources and skill levels required to complete project activity, determining the level of configuration management that will be used on the project, choosing which project papers will be subject to formal change control, prioritizing project work to guarantee that project resources are assigned to the right job at the right time. Thus, it helps the project manager to get the tasks prioritized, and also gets the idea of creating process from the suggestions of experts. Now, we have finished the beginning step, then the planning moves to data gathering phase. Data gathering. And this data gathering techniques can be used for the process such as brainstorming, checklists, focus groups, interviews. Brainstorming. When designing a project management plan, brainstorming is frequently used to gather ideas and solutions for the project approach. Attendees will include project team members, as well as other subject matter experts, SMEs, and stakeholders. Checklists. Many organizations have standardized checklists, based on their own experience, or use industry standards. A checklist can help the project manager construct the plan or ensure that all of the necessary information is included in the project management plan. Focus groups. Focus groups bring stakeholders together to discuss the project management strategy and the integration of the various project management plan components. Interviews. These interviews are with the stakeholders in order to construct the project management plan, as well as any component plan or project document. This gets us a huge data to the project manager. Now his task is to go ahead and arrange this data into order that helps him to design the plan. Interpersonal and team skills. And after managing the data, it is important to deliver the plan to the team effectively. So here comes the interpersonal skills, which plays an important role. These skills include conflict management, facilitation, meeting management, conflict management. Conflict resolution may be required to bring diverse stakeholders on board with all components of the project management plan. As the project starts, it is necessary to get the conflicts resolved between team and stakeholders. Facilitation. Then facilitation ensures that there is effective involvement, that participants acquire mutual understanding, that all contributions are considered, and that conclusions or results have full buy-in in accordance with the project's decision process. Meeting management. Meeting management is required to enable the smooth operation of the multiple meetings necessary to develop, unify, and agree on the project management plan. Meetings. With an extension to this, we have our final technique, which is conducting meetings. Meetings are held to discuss the project approach, identify how work will be carried out to achieve the project objectives, and establish how the project will be monitored and controlled. The project kickoff meeting is typically connected with the completion of planning and the beginning of execution. Its purpose is to communicate the project's objectives, gain the team's commitment to the project, and explain the roles and duties of each stakeholder. This kickoff meeting can be held at different points depending on the size of project. For short projects, the planning and implementation are usually handled by a single team. Because the team is active in planning, the kickoff occurs quickly after initiation in the planning process group. In large projects, the majority of the planning is typically done by a project management team, with the balance of the project team being brought on once the initial planning is complete, at the start of development or implementation. In this case, the kickoff meeting is with procedures from the executing process group. For multi-phase projects, this kickoff meeting will be held at the beginning of each phase. This is all about the inputs and the techniques used to develop the project management plan. These are the requirements of the management plan. Now it is the project manager, or the management team, who are responsible for delivering the plan as outputs. So, let us start with the outputs. This plan includes the documentation that determines the components of the project management plan, and this include subsidiary management plans, baselines, and additional components, such as change management plan, project lifecycle. Subsidiary management plan includes scope management plan, requirement management plan, schedule management plan, cost management plan, quality management plan, resource management plan, risk management plan, procurement plan, stakeholder engagement plan. Let us start with scope management plan. The scope management plan is the collection of processes that are used to ensure that the project includes all the tasks required to complete the project, while excluding all the work or tasks that are out of scope. This helps us to establish how the scope will be defined, developed, controlled and validated. Requirement management plan. Then requirements management plan is essential to analyze and document the requirements. It is never too late to do a requirements management plan. The ideal situation is to manage requirements from the strategic plan, which are often expressed as outcomes and benefits, all the way to execution. However, the reality is that most of the time, requirements management is not done until the startup of a project. Schedule management plan. We then have a plan for managing the schedules. In project management, a schedule is a listing of a project's milestones, activities, and deliverables. Usually, dependencies and resources are defined for each task, then start and finish dates are estimated from the resource allocation, budget, task duration, and scheduled events. The plan to manage the schedule is known as schedule management plan. The schedule management plan, and then the most important plan, which is the cost management plan. A cost management plan is the outline of the project's estimation, allocation, and control of costs for the required resources to complete all project activities. The cost management plan in general terms analyzes how the project costs will be planned, funded, and controlled. Then, the quality management plan is used to establish the company's quality policies and industry standards and methodologies that will be implemented in the project. The purpose of the quality management plan is to outline the following activities. Define roles and responsibilities. Provide reference documents. Guidelines to perform the quality assurance. Provide the standards, practices and conventions used in carrying out questions and answers. Then we have a resource management plan. A resource management plan is the component of the project management plan that guides how project resources should be categorized, allocated, managed, and released. It may be divided between the team management plan and physical resource management plan. This will manage the resources for the project by keeping an eye on budget. Then we have risk management plan that helps to detect the risk activities and prepare for those risks. A risk management plan is a written document that details the organization's risk management process. This process starts by creating a team of stakeholders across the organization to review potential risks to the organization. We have a procurement plan. Procurement planning is the process of identifying and consolidating requirements and determining the timeframes for their procurement, with the aim of having them and when they are required, which helps the team to acquire the goods and services from outside of the performing organization. And finally, we have a stakeholder engagement plan. A stakeholder engagement plan is a formal strategy to communicate with project stakeholders to achieve their support for the project. It specifies the frequency and type of communications, media, contact persons, and locations of communication events. This will be engaged in project decisions with stakeholders and execution, according to their needs, interests, and impact. Now, along with these subsidiary plans, we have 3 baselines, so let us explore them. The baselines of project management plan are scope baseline, schedule baseline, cost baseline. Scope baseline, this is the approved version of a scope statement, work breakdown structure, and accompanying WBS dictionary that is utilized for comparison. The scope of a project is a group of scope-related documents which identify the project's approved scope. The scope of a project comprises of the statement of scope and the work structure of the project developed and approved by the appropriate stakeholders. The results and progress of a project are measured accordingly. Then we have the schedule baseline. which is the approved version of the schedule model that is used to compare the actual results. The schedule baseline is the planned schedule of the project after its approval by the relevant stakeholders. In project management, it is typically the output of the schedule development process and becomes a component of the project management plan. Then the cost baseline is the approved version of the time-phased project budget that will be used to compare to the actual results. These baselines are used to set as a standard to maintain in the project. The majority of the project management plan's components are created with the outputs of other processes. However, some are created specifically for this process. The components created as part of this process will differ depending on the project, although they frequently include, but are not limited to, change management plan, configuration management plan, performance measurement baseline, project life cycle, development approach, management reviews. Change management approach describes how modification requests will be formally authorized and included across the project. Then we have configuration management plan. Plan for configuration management describes how information regarding project components will be recorded and maintained so that the project's product, service, or outcome remains consistent and operational. Performance measurement baseline. Baseline performance measurement, an integrated scope, schedule, cost plan for project work against which project execution is measured and managed. Then we have project life cycle. Life cycle of a project describes the sequence of phases that a project goes through from start to finish. Now, we will see development approach. Approach to development describes the approach used to generate a product, service, or outcome, such as predictive, iterative, agile, or a hybrid model. Then finally we have management reviews. Management conducts audits. Identifies the points in the project where the project manager and key stakeholders will monitor project progress to see if performance is as planned or if preventive or corrective actions are required. Thus, our project management plan is created, starting from inputs, tools and techniques, and using these, we will generate a report with subsidiary management plans, baselines and other additional components. This is used to execute the project smoothly. While the project management plan is one of the most important papers for project management, other project documents are frequently used. These additional documents are not part of the project management plan, however, they are required to effectively manage the project. Other project documents that are required to finish up the project are listed above. This is all about project management plan and planning to get PMP certification. More than 1 million certified professionals have benefited from the project management professional certification across the globe. The PMI survey shows an average of 22% professional growth for PMP certified professionals in more than 42 countries. Invensys Learning has been reviewed and approved by the PMI Authorized Training Partner Program to provide a 4-day instructor-led PMP certification training that will ensure the essential 35 PDUs at the end of the training. This PMP certification training is based on PMBOK Guide 6th edition and offers mock tests and lifetime access to the LMS. For more information, feel free to share your queries in the comments section, and if you are not subscribed to our channel yet, do subscribe and click on the bell icon for regular updates. This is Eric from Invensys Learning, signing off, and we'll meet in our next session.